Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Back to do another What's on the Wall video. This is the little series where usually every 2 to 3 weeks I swap out the albums that I have up on my wall, just to kind of take advantage of the album artwork. And it's kind of one of the benefits that I feel like we get as vinyl collectors is being able to enjoy that big artwork. So I usually swap it out every 2 to 3 weeks, and I pick kind of a random theme. And of course, this week it was kind of an easy theme to go with, especially based on, you can kind of see by the title of the video itself, just kind of with the passing of Ozzy. This is kind of I decided to do a theme of just kind of a overall Ozzy and Black Sabbath tribute. So that's kind of what I put up on the wall, and I'll kind of go around really quick. I won't get into a lot of detail because pretty much everything up here you guys know inside and out anyway, so not a lot to say there. I'll just kind of do a quick run over. If you are interested, Jason over at Spins Vinyl is his channel name. Spins spelled with a Z at the end. He and I did a little thing the other day where we just kind of sat around for a few minutes and talked about Ozzy, what our favorite Black Sabbath albums, favorite Ozzy album, and just kind of some general thoughts about Ozzy and all that good stuff. So I'll leave a link down below if you are interested in kind of going in and checking that out. But yeah, this is just going to kind of be a quick go around, like I said, just overall tribute to Ozzy and Black Sabbath in general. So we'll kind of start right over here. And like I said, I don't need to go into a bunch of detail with, if you're kind of curious about maybe some of the different pressings or whatever. I mean, for the most part, I think there's one or two that I haven't put that on there yet, but pretty much anything that's an original pressing will have that little OG sticker up in the corner. Just as far as like what you're looking at as I'm scanning through. But yeah, I just kind of pulled out my CDs and, cassettes and vinyl and all of that. And this is just kind of my overall little tribute to Ozzy and Black Sabbath. So let's just start right here, of course, with self-titled. And what you'll see in most of these is like maybe a deluxe CD and a CD out of one box set and a CD out of another box set. That's kind of what that is. Going right over to Paranoid. Probably my favorite piece in my Ozzy / Black Sabbath collection. That's a white label promo. Vinyl's in really good condition, excellent to excellent plus condition. And the cover, actually, there's no seam splits, no creases. Really, the only thing is just that ring wear. But other than that, it's a very, very solid cover. But yeah, for a white label promo, definitely one that I'm happy to have. So probably the favorite piece out of my collection overall. So again, a few different pressings there. Of course, you got Masters of Reality, song for song, front to back. Probably my favorite Sabbath album. It's kind of part of what I talk about in that video with Jason. Volume 4, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, as well as Sabotage, of course. Technical Ecstasy, Never Say Die, and then kind of jumping over into the Dio years of Black Sabbath there, with Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules, little Live Evil, Born Again, got Iomi, Eternal Idol, very nice copy of Headless Cross there, Tear, Dehumanizer, and Cross Purposes, Forbidden. And then an album I feel that gets a little bit overlooked, which is a Sabbath 13. That's actually a really, really solid album, but it definitely doesn't seem like I hear a lot of people talking about it just overall in the Sabbath discussions. But very, very great album, kind of their last one there with Ozzy. Of course, the classic We Sold Our Soul, Reunion, and The End. And so then we just kind of swing back over here. I also did kind of miss the Sabbath box set there. And, Volume 1, kind of a little comp there, Past Lives, Greatest Hits CD, as well as Greatest Hits album. And then we jump into the amazing solo Ozzy years. So we start there with Blizzard, Mr. Crowley, a few different pressings of Diary, as well as Speak of the Devil, I'm sorry. Classic, Bark at the Moon, as well as Ultimate Sin, a nice Japanese pressing, a US OG pressing, and then also the pressing out of the box set. Randy Rhoads, again, kind of an OG pressing, and then the pressing out of the box set there. Same with No Rest for the Wicked, Just Say Ozzy, and of course, No More Tears. Live and Loud, Osmosis. Down to Earth, Live at Budokan, Black Rain. A nice sealed OG copy of a Scream there, which is kind of cool. Ordinary Man #9 and Patient #9, and then just kind of a Black Sabbath comp there. Really cool VCLT that I got from Aaron Mutha Alamere a little while ago. So yeah, really appreciate that, Aaron. Great addition to the Black Sabbath collection. And yeah, that's just kind of what's going to be up on the wall for the next few weeks. It's just kind of my own little personal tribute amongst the millions and millions of tributes we've seen to Ozzy's passing. It really is kind of different too, because obviously over the years, especially as my generation is getting older, we've had a lot of our greats pass away. Bowie. One of the big ones for me recently, Tina Turner, someone that I just loved since I was a kid, and her passing away was just horrible. But it really is kind of amazing that I think Ozzy is the one that's hit me more than probably any other in my adult lifetime. Like, even when I think about Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff like that, this Ozzy one has definitely hit harder. And I remember really kind of noticing it. I mean, it's shocking to hear it, and you're always talking, and it was shocking to hear about Tina Turner and, talking about that and everything. But what I noticed is when I was playing this CD, when I was putting up the wall a few days ago, and Goodbye to Romance came on, and I was just like listening to it while I was putting stuff up, and like a tear darn near came to my eye, and I was like, holy cow, like I didn't realize this was hitting that hard. But yeah, just kind of one of the legends that we've lost. So it's always horrible. But like I said, if you want to hear us kind of talk a little bit more about that stuff, go check down the link below. Like I said, Jason and I spent a few minutes just kind of yapping with some of our memories about Ozzy. But yeah, we definitely lost another great, but not before he left one heck of a legacy. So appreciate you guys watching VC, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.